Welcome back, Waterfall Adventurers. On this episode of North Carolina Waterfalls, these two fearless explorers and I tackle 11 waterfalls in only 7 hours, all in the Saluda Tryon area of North Carolina. Look at these fantastic falls.
Come on, let's go!
We hit a couple of fabulous swimming holes, find a remote mountain tunnel. We even have a full reaction when these two explorers find a couple of snakes. Best of all, I'm going to show you the tricks of how we are able to uncover so many waterfalls, and you can start your own adventure. But first, here's our first waterfall of the trip. The first waterfall of our adventure started with Emily Falls. The first time I came to this fall, I followed the directions of a popular book that led us through an overgrown field that really wasn't even a trail. This time, I followed the directions of the North Carolina Waterfall App, which has a completely different parking area. We started out at the Bishop Branch Trailhead. As you can see, the trail is very clear, very clean, and easy to follow. The trail is 4/10 of a mile long, so it's not very challenging. The trail starts with a slight gain and then descends gently until you get to the falls. You will hear the falls on the left as you go down the trail. And then it's a short, steep scramble to get a good view of the falls.
Made it! Yay!
I don't know what it is, but there's always something special about waterfalls that you can slide behind. This one's got a nice little nook that you can get up in behind and get splashed and get wet. It's just a good one for the little ones. As you can see, this has a fantastic splash pad for the little ones to play in during the summer. One of the things I love so much about spending time with these kids outdoors is the things they dream up with seemingly simple natural objects. They did a train and then carried a person and just a little bit of everything on our way back out. How do we find so many waterfalls? We use the North Carolina Waterfalls app. Just take a look at this right here. So if you open up the app, and you will see just every one of those markers, that's a waterfall. But just zoom around a little bit. And when you zoom around, you're gonna see that there's hundreds of waterfalls in this app. So here we are, we're gonna zoom in and we're gonna take a look at the Tryon area and look at how close several of these waterfalls are. We get the distances, we get the photos, we get all the information that we want to go to. And then here's the second group that we're gonna go check out. We know exactly what we want to do. We get trail details, everything. This is how we find all these waterfalls. Next up is Hungry River Falls. This is a roadside beauty.
Let's go find a waterfall!
Just a short 100-yard walk and you can step foot in some of the best sand in all of North Carolina. This waterfall does have a dam at the top of the falls, but that can take away from its natural beauty. But it's easy to reach and is a wonderful water hole that is a summertime favorite.
The sand feels super good on my toes! I love it! Oh my god! Oh my god! I like this one. We buried our feet in feet up. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. This hike has 3 falls. Come on, let's go.
From the parking area, we will find 3 different waterfalls and a small cascade on the side trail. We will make it to Lower Falls on Hungry River. We will make it to Case Falls and Briefcase Falls. This trail is about 4/10 of a mile and took us right at 10 minutes to get to the falls. You will find a small side path off to the side that will lead you down to Case and Briefcase Falls.
I don't see your tippy toes. Tippy toes.
The trail does descend gradually all the way down to the falls. It is easy to see. You will go over a log or 2 along the way, but this is a great trail for the little ones. You will see the remains of an old powerhouse that was removed in 2015, restoring the river to its natural beauty.
Oh, the waterfall's right here, Daddy. Oh my goodness, this one's big. Yeah. Can we go get in the water?
Of course. This is one of the finest waterfalls around to play at. A super sunny beach is calling your name just downstream of the falls. Let me see, Hannah. What do you have, Hannah? Hannah, what did you catch? Remember that side path that we passed earlier? This is the start of our next adventure. This path takes us to Case and Briefcase Falls. Case Falls is only 100 yards down this steep path. The trail is fairly easy to follow and to spot. But be careful, it is fairly steep down through here. When you have the little ones with you, they always like to name the waterfalls something unique.
Daddy, I'm gonna go to this waterfall, Fan Leaf Falls, because I found a fan. Whoa! That's a huge waterfall! Whoa! That's a huge one!
Okay, so if you're trying to go to Briefcase Falls, when you see Case Falls right here, there's somewhat of a trail. If you make it over that, it gives you a way to get back down. Now to make it to Briefcase, you'll start by crossing an old fallen tree. And let me just say, this is not the easiest trail. I would not recommend this unless you're a serious waterfall. We took different paths to the falls than how we returned. So I'm showing this clip in reverse right here because it is much easier. It was a third of the length to it. But it is really just a bushwhack to get to this falls. It is fairly steep. As you make your way down to it, it does have a trail that you can follow, but it's not very clear and clean cut. And it is steep with a couple of logs that you got to cross.
It's right off the trail and it's not that far of a climb like our last. Come on, let's go, Daddy! Oh my goodness, this is such a hard hike. I have to get over this rock. Oh my goodness. I have to get over such a hard hike. Oh yes, the hard hike. That starting, Daddy, was rough.
Oh, this is a steep hill.
I can run up this hill.
Next up, we took a 25-minute drive to our next cluster of waterfalls. Starting off with Melrose Falls. This is a gem. The trail starts behind an old gate and climbs steeply for the first 50 to 60 yards, but no worries. The trail levels out and is rolling hills from here on out. You will take a slight left at the first fork that you come to. The trail is 0.7 miles long and is very clear and wide, easy to follow.
Oh, Daddy, look at that. That's a giant shell.
It's alive. It's about to pull back when you touch it.
I know, but isn't that a big one?
Yeah, pick it up. With several rock outcroppings along the trail, you have a lot you can explore.
There are a lot of side paths on this specific big trail, so you'll see a lot of them. Some of them lead to rocks, and some of them they're just paths for no reason.
You will cross a stream that you can rock hop on and keep your feet dry. When you first get to the falls, you will be near the top of the falls. It's a bit of a steep little climb to get down to get a good view.
This waterfall is an amazing waterfall. You really can come here. This one is a really big one, especially since it's big. This waterfall is cool, and it's a good hike, but except in the hills and stuff. But it's a good waterfall. It's also big. You can come here whenever you want. It's a fun waterfall. If you subscribe to this channel, then I get to go do more waterfalls like this one. No, like if you subscribe, then I get to go hike more. That's good. I like hiking. No, like you literally need to trust it. No, I'm not teasing. Do it. Aren't you gonna do it? Why aren't you doing it? Come on. Aren't you gonna do it? I tried.
About 100 yards uphill from the Melrose Falls parking area is another pullout on the opposite side of the road. You can park here and walk another 100 yards for a roadside view of a great waterfall.
Come on, let's go. Join the fun.
Next up, just 2 miles down the road, is Pearson's Falls. Pearson's Falls does have set hours and a little admission fee. The area is very well kept and makes a great place for a picnic. The park does have several rules that you've got to follow, including no dogs and no walking in the water, so be sure you check that out. The walk to the fall is very well maintained. It is very nice at just over half of a mile. There's a couple of nice cascades that you will come to along your way to the falls. But then there's a great old rock-built bridge that's sitting in here. This place has been owned by the Trust Fort since 1931. Just enjoy this bridge. When you come out at an absolutely gorgeous waterfall.
Finally, we have made it to the giant, beautiful waterfall.
Where?
Look, Daddy, you see about underneath that don't pass the sign?
Yeah. When you pull out of Pearson's Falls, if you take a left and drive just over 1 mile down the road, you will come to the Saluda Tunnel. It's something worth checking out if you're in the area. About 100 yards before the Saluda Tunnel, on the west side of the road is Vern Falls. It's a roadside falls that you can pick out here right behind the house. Just south of the Melrose Falls parking area is another roadside waterfall. They're just everywhere. This one doesn't have a pull-up, so you've got to be careful when trying to capture this one.
Oh, wow, that one's pretty.
The last stop of the day was Melrose Falls and Tryon. This is part of the Vaughn Creek Greenway and is only about 250 yards from the parking area.
Come on,
It's a great stop on your way through Tryon. While more of a cascade than anything, it is part of the KA 500 Best Waterfall Challenge in North Carolina.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of North Carolina Waterfalls. Stay tuned for our next episode where we explore the Blue Ridge Parkway.